Now finally we want to look at join, then we'll look at some hands-on exercise where we now put together what we've learned or learned in units. Okay, so joins, which is merging in Python, is the same as the SQL join that we know. So the right join, left join, inner join, full outer join, right? So we'll just create two data sets and let's just say others. So we need two tables in this case, pd dot data frame order ID, one to 6. So this gives us a 1 to 5. We just do 1 to 4. Then we want let's say customer ID. Okay, that should be in quotes. Then we'll say we want it this way too, but it will be in so let's say 101. Starting at 101, it should stop at 1. No, we want to do duplicate, so let's create it ourselves. 101, 102, 103, and 102 again. Okay, so an amount then we can say 250, 180, 320, and 90. Let's say 90. Okay, so this is what we have for others. Let's do for customer. Just below it, customer equals to pd dot data frame undo that first. So open a dictionary and then we'll pass it in. So we'll say ID, or let's say customer ID in this case. Then we'll still correct some things later to show it properly. So for now, customer ID 101, 102, 104. Okay, I think the ID should be text, so just split it. Dot split, right. Okay, dot split. Okay, so what would this do? It will basically split this into a list, and it splits on the comma, right? Splits on the comma. That's what we have in there, right? You can just like close it up. Okay. All right. So we have the customer ID, comma first. Then we want to have the name. That's the name of the customers. Then we can say Alice, Bob, Charlie. And dot split again. So we have just 3 customers. So we're not passing anything here because it splits on the space by default. And finally, okay, we missed the comma up here. And finally, we want to pass in the city. You can just come up with some random abbreviation for the city. You can say AB. The next one is BC. BC, and the last one is CA. All right, this is where these people live. Then we'll do a split as well. So we have a full list, and then we'll print both data. Let's add some column. Orders. Then we'll print in customers right here. Yes, customers. Okay, so remember to change this as well. Customers. So run this first. That's done. We'll run this again. Okay, then we want to run the next one. All right, so we can see that we have the IDs, and we have the cities of these people. So what we want to do now is combine the table, right, to perform some operations. So we can say we want to see the total amount of, or total spend of each customer. How much have they spent on buying from us so far? Or we can say we want to see total sales by city. Can be anything at all. But in this case, we specifically want to demonstrate join. And do not forget, before we move on, we have customer with ID 4, but we don't have it here. And we have ID 3, we don't have it in the customer list. Okay. Now, in reality, this is not supposed to happen, because we're not supposed to have a customer with this ID and not on the customer's table, right? That's not supposed to happen. Except, let's say, maybe the customer deleted the account and there was no cascade effect. That means it didn't delete the entire record of that person, and probably it's just an existing record from before. So yeah, cases like that, it can be. Okay, because it's still a valid sales that happened in the past. So even though they deleted their account with us, we don't want all the records gone. Okay, so we can start with the inner join, and the keyword is just how. We pass in the keyword how. So just say pd, that's pandas itself, or calling pandas itself, and we say dot merge. It doesn't use the join. Dot merge is the word. Okay, so if we look at the pd.merge, just one, let's come here. So already it's already saying left, right. We know it's missing. We want you to load the docs for us. All right, let's just type in what we want ourselves. So the left table, orders, the right table, customers, and then we say on. What are we joining on? As usual, in this case, we're joining on customer ID. And then we can say how. How do we want to join it? Or how do we want to join? Inner. So this is what we have. So left, right. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, runtime is reconnecting. Okay, and just like that, you see that we have our table printed. So the ID. Now, what do you notice? Take a minute, study this table. Just pause the video, take a minute, study the table, and tell me what you notice. If you notice, you'll see that we cannot find ID of 103 and 104 on our table. Why? because inner join returns corresponding records or matching records from both tables, right? And we don't have 103 on customer table, while we don't have 104 on, no, we don't have 103 on customer table, yes, that's correct, and we don't have 104 on the orders table. So let's see, what if we do a left join? Okay, what if we do a left join? Run this, and you can see now we have 103, but we don't have 104. That means 104 has not made any purchase at all. Now the 103 that is appearing shows that, oh, we can easily tell that, oh, we have a ghost customer. But of course, except it's understandable that they deleted their account, they're no longer with us, right? So you can see that they don't have a name and they don't have a city, but we can see what they purchased. In this case, orders table is the left table, which is the primary table. If I change this to right, that makes customer table primary, and we will not see 103 anymore. Okay, so keep it on left, and that is what we want to see. Now, what if we want to keep everything, right? We want a combination of everything. We don't want to lose any data at all. We can do an outer join. So we can just say outer. You can see in this case we'll have 103 and 104. Everything is complete in this case. Now, what are the other useful options we can have? So I'll copy this code up here. Okay, and I'll just change it to order and customer. Just make it singular. Okay, then we'll run this. We already know what is inside. Oh no, let me rerun it. Now in this case, I will name this ID. Okay, I want to name it ID. So we have ID here. We have it as customer ID on this case, because these are common cases where we can have data to appear this way. So run that. I want to see, how do we join now that they have two different names on the two tables. So we'll just say, let's just copy one of our codes. Let's copy the left code. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So right here, we can just break this open. You can break this open as well. Now, we have to now say, instead of just saying on, we'll say left on. Then we'll say another one, specify right on. So you can see we have right on. So we're saying join on the left using the customer ID, join on the right using the ID. How do we want to join? We want to join using the left ID. So right on the ID. Okay, I think I'll omitted the comma just before the how. Say perhaps you forgot a comma, that's syntax error. And yes, I did forget a comma. Okay, what else do we have? Key error ID, check for duplicate. So let's look for it. So in this place on the right, we have, yeah, here it is order ID, here it is customer ID. So okay, the error is coming from here. All right, we can see that because I copied and pasted, I did not remember to rename the tables. Now we're using the singular version of it right here. Order and customer, not orders and customer. And it's possible you spotted it when I typed. Of course, there's no way you can say no, that's wrong. But eventually, Now we are on the same page. So execute that, and you can see what we have now. Everything looks normal. Okay, everything has been printed the way it is. If you still want to change this, you can go ahead and change it. Now, what if we want to spice things up and say these are use cases? I'm just trying to show you some other use cases. What if we have dates on both columns, right? So let's update this table. We'll just say date. Then we'll just pass in a string of values. Some dates 4,728. No, 4,000, 40,672, 40,000, 40,699, 40,711, 40,800, 40,000. Okay, I think it's just for 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we'll do the split. By the way, if you're thinking these are not valid dates, they are. If you have a knowledge of Excel, you know that these are valid dates. Okay, they are valid dates. Okay, so right here, I want to have dates as well. Just change the value to 3, 41, 41 as well, 43. And here, this is showing an error. Okay, we have a comma to put here. That should be gone. All right, it's gone. So now we have added dates, right? So just do shift enter, so it jumps into the next one. Ooh, array must be of the same length. Okay, we have just 3 customers here, so we can remove. Let's remove this. Okay. So we want to run this, and now you can see automatically we're getting date X and date Y, right? We're getting date X and date Y. What if we wanted to print, in a way that we know that, okay, this is from this particular table, this is from this particular table, right? We have an option to add a suffix, okay? And that's what we want to do now. And then we'll close from here. I'll just copy this entire data set, or this entire code, paste it here, paste, and then the last argument to add here is suffix. We'll say suffixes in plural, and we'll pass in a tuple. Then for the first one, we want it to be order, so we'll say underscore order, and the second one we'll say underscore, let's say cost. We don't have to put in customer info. Run that, and you can see it now say date order, date customer. So we now see that we're getting, we can now tell where the dates are coming from, which is much better. Okay, which is very nice. Now, okay, so yes, we've seen different joins. We've come a long way, all right? And if you need to go over all of this again, well, I would say it's worth it.